Hey guys, welcome back to Gear Facts. Today we're looking at the Ibanez MiMx65, but we're not going to listen to it, we're going to look inside it, because this one is the 120 volt American version, which I bought here in Australia, and after reading some unreliable information and some slightly misleading information inside the manual, I decided to give it a go on 240 volts, because as you know, some devices can actually take both. This one can't. It blew immediately as soon as I plugged in the 240 volts. But of course it's not the whole thing that blows, it's all down to the fuses. So I've opened it up. Here's a bit of a look at the whole thing. Let's now zoom in a little bit closer and have a look inside. Here in the center part here is the actual amplification system, and as you can see right there in the center of your camera now, either side of that green wire, are 4 fuses. These ones did not blow when I overpowered it, and that's because there is a fuse earlier in the circuit that takes the full hit of that extra power. I thought it was going to be inside this power adapter here. I've never seen it personally, but apparently there is a lens-shaped fuse inside these things that's quite tricky to replace but reasonably easy to bypass. There are other videos about how to do that on YouTube. As luck would have it though, there is also a third location for fuses, and it's inside the actual power input here. Let's take a look around the back. Okay, so here's the socket at the back, and as you can see there's a little space underneath there, out of which comes this tiny little housing, and inside there's a fuse. There's also a fuse that gets held in that little U shape just in front of my thumbnail there. If I put this down on the bench here, you'll see that little U shape holds the fuse like this. There we go. That's the new fuse that I bought today, and it was the one that appeared to be completely blown out. I didn't keep the blown out one, but they kind of look all sort of chalky and greyish black inside when they blow. Anyway, now that we've confirmed that all of the fuses in the circuit are okay, I'm going to put this one back in. Quick change of camera angle there just to get a bit more light. And now we can see clearly that it goes in on this sort of angle. There we go, nice neat fit. This time I'm going to do the right thing and plug in a step-down adapter. This will take the voltage from 240 Australian to 110 USA style voltage. And the moment of truth, have we fixed it? Yep, it appears that we have. Here come the lights, and that's all set up and ready to go. There's just one last thing I'd like to point out to you guys, and it's very interesting. Over here on the left we see the electronic component where all the effects and anything that's strictly electronic is stored, and if you have a look down here you'll see there is a Zoom ZFX3 processor, which I believe is also resident in several of Zoom's floor-based multi-effects system, which I'll list on the screen right now because I can't think of the individual models. But that struck me as very interesting that a deal has been made clearly between Ibanez and Zoom. I'm not saying whether that's a good thing or not. I do like Zoom effects generally, and I do like Ibanez gear generally too, so I'm not going to make any judgment at this stage. We're going to reserve that for when I do a review of this amp. First I'll have to reassemble it, and then I'll upload another video showing you exactly how it sounds. So to recap guys, fuses are located on the amplifier board right there, also inside the power adapter, but most importantly, the first one in the line of fire is behind that power input right there. And just for future reference as well guys, the MiMx series do not take international voltage. They only take it specific to the country that you're in. There's a big difference between 110 and 240 volts. Anyway, now I've said everything I need to say. Thanks for liking, commenting or subscribing. Here are some links to some other things that might interest you, and thanks as always for watching Gear Facts.